what rejuvenates you when you feel depleted? Like, even though it's a passion project, I mean, every one of us, even though we love something, sometimes we just have so many responsibilities, we just feel sort of sucked out. So,
Mhm.
what gets you like hopped up again?
Um, Going out into nature. So I'll take a walk to Central Park. I'll probably do that this evening. And cooking. I love to
Oh,
cook.
cooking, yeah.
And music. So I'm getting back in my habit of meditating every morning for 10 minutes. It's short. I use the Calm app and do their daily calm, but just to sit, in my spot and do that to start every day. Um, is great. I've learned to not turn on the news in the morning. It's like,
Yes.
don't start the day with that. Otherwise,
That's,
you'll just be.
that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Do you address some of that? Like, I don't know if you want to tell a little bit about modern daily living. I
Oh,
know
daily
that, like,
monitoring.
enjoying
Yeah,
the small things in life and
yeah. In fact, I did a workshop in May, and I'm going to do it again, called "How to Find Joy in the Midst of Uncertainty,"
mm,
and it was really rooted in, like, the world's on fire.
yes,
How do you how do you
yes,
stay sane? I mean, because it can be so overwhelming from so many angles. If you're personally affected, and then the feeling of, I can't change, like, I can't solve the war in Ukraine, and
right,
then you
right.
feel hopeless. But I think remembering that we have all these opportunities to make little choices every day. So, like, starting, with meditation, or really, like, active listening with a friend, like, that stuff really matters. And then also, I say, if you walk through the gates of gratitude, you will find joy, meaning that if you go back to that gratitude practice, what are you thankful for, today? um, so today at work, I had a great day, but let's just say it was stressful. At the end of the day, I could say, I'm really thankful for being able to make a pot of chicken soup in my kitchen.
Right,
You know,
right.
I'm grateful for, the time to walk to Central Park. um, and those are good things. So it's just grounding yourself back in that practice of, no, I can't solve the war. If my meeting went sideways, we'll do better next time, but these two things I'm grateful for. And making soup, it just leads to another good conscious choice of putting good things in your body.
Yes.
So
Also,
yeah.
somehow soup feels so comforting. Just like you said, conjures up ideas of comfort and warmth. You have
Mhm.
bowls. Sometimes, even if you're just grateful that the day is coming to a close,
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes you have to. But I like yours better. And I also, what I got out of that too was that the little things that you can control, like you can decide to get up early and meditate. You could decide not to watch the television.
Right.
So you could make some choices. Because one of my questions was going to be, which I think you may have answered, what advice do you give people who are going through hard times to how
Yeah.
to still find joy? Sometimes life
Yeah.
is, as you know, more difficult than other times. And what can you tell someone? Would
Yeah.
it be what we
So,
discussed? What would you say to them?
I would add on to what I mentioned earlier to say, surround yourself in things that bring you joy. And if you're like, I don't know what that is, I'm stressed, I'm tired,
Yeah.
think about the five senses. And this is what I focus on in my workshop, of, having something visual. So, like, if you love the color pink, how can you bring that into your environment?
Right.
If you like music, listening to music that's uplifting. There's what they call high vibrational music, that is, good words, upbeat. It really does make a difference in your day. And so, yeah, go through the five senses of. So for smell, it's like essential oils,
Yes.
or it could be, what your chicken soup smells like. Um, Taste is, finding your favorite foods. And I have to admit, one of my favorite foods are French fries. Can't eat those all the time, but
Right. What's not to like about French fries? But I know what you're saying.
Right, right. But, like, coffee brings me joy. I start my day with a cup of coffee. So it's like, that's a must. So yeah, going through the five senses and finding things that that make you happy and bring that into your environment.